6 things you didn't know about highly creative people. You may not realize that there are some differences between ordinary folks and highly creative people. If you're friends with people who are highly creative, you've probably noticed that they see the world in a slightly different way. But scientists have now found that their brains not only work differently, but their neural hardwiring is also unique. Creatives can sometimes be challenging to get along with, but it helps to understand why. Number 1, they're always thinking. Supercharged, creative people always have something on the go. There's always part of their brain that's still in the studio or still writing. Creatives are usually very curious people, always wondering what if or why. The problem-solving part of their brain just doesn't slow down. Number 2, they push back. One of the key characteristics of highly creative people is not taking the status quo on face value. They like to push back, to poke and ask difficult questions. You'll often hear the words why or why not on their lips. Number 3, they follow their own path. To thine own self be true is the creative's motto. Living authentically and in a way that's aligned with their values is an absolute priority for them. They don't just question the status quo, they reject following the herd, and they don't mind having unpopular opinions. Their path isn't linear. A highly creative person's mind often works in loops or spirals. They don't tend to think on a linear, logical fashion and will often make great creative leaps. Einstein famously said that imagination is more important than knowledge. And this is exactly what he meant. The creative's capacity to see connections can sometimes border on genius. Creatives need downtime and space. Highly creative people will often work for extended periods and then need equal amounts of downtime to recover their energy. Scheduling doesn't work so well and can even stifle the creative spirit. Similarly, creativity needs space, quiet, and separation from the day-to-day. And creatives are storytellers. Highly creative people are often highly sensitive to images, metaphors, and stories. Creativity is fundamentally about conveying a story from the artist to the viewer or the reader. The narrative is the most ancient way of passing on deep truths like creation stories and heroic sagas. Creativity is the bedrock of humanity and a key element that separates us from other creatures. Telling stories helps us understand the world, to explain what we experience, and to transcend the everyday.